Peace, family, peace, family, peace, family. It is I, Edmundo. It is I, Edmundo. You know how we start this? Y'all know how we start this. Shit. We shout out our ancestors. Shout out to all our African ancestors. Without them, we won't be here. They connect us to the Most High. They're the reason we exist. And, on that note, today, you see, we are rocking Vegeta Blue. Shout out to our boy. And shout out to our boy Vegeta. And today's Thursday. And being from Toronto, Thursday is a very special day. It's literally the beginning of the weekend in Toronto. Like Abel has a whole project dedicated to this. So, and when I was younger, Thursday used to be new TV show day, especially for CW and Fox. Like I remember TVD was Thursday. Glee was Thursday. What else might have been Thursday? So shows like that. Like Smallville was Thursday. Supernatural, I believe, was Thursday. And, so Thursday was always a good day for me. And for that, I've decided to dedicate this day to TV shows. And so today will be our first episode of TV Show Thursday. Yes, and so we copyright that. If you hear that someone else say that, tell them. And Mundo said it first. Solitude. And so yes, today's show is The Bear. And The Bear, The Bear connects two things I love: food and entertainment. And The Bear is a Hulu Disney show about a young chef who goes from working in a fine dining, award-winning restaurant in New York to a Chicago failing Italian beef sandwich shop, and the reason he goes back to this Italian beef sandwich shop is because his brother commits suicide and he's second in line, so he doesn't want to see a business his brother sacrificed his life for go under, so he quits his job in New York in a fine dining restaurant to go back and continue the family business. And just from the get-go, this show literally begins in showing you the mental health issues that comes with working in the restaurant business, working in the kitchen. And the thing is, there's been a bit of coverage. Like we know Anthony Bourdain committed suicide. That was my other boy. And just, a lot of people I know worked in the restaurant say there's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of mental health issues out there. But it's crazy because that's one of the reasons I personally love the kitchen, because I used to be a dishwasher when I was younger, and just it showed me how much of a camaraderie you need, to make the kitchen work, make sure people get their meals, especially during rush hour. And everyone had to be in the same page. Everyone has to know they're in the same team, from the waiters all the way to the dishwashers. And that's the other reason I love this show, because it shows you that being in the kitchen is more like a family, especially in this small sandwich shop. Like everyone is family. And the reason these people are still here even after the owner committed suicide is because the owner had their back. Because the other thing is most people in the restaurant business, especially in the kitchen, are people of color, immigrants, some people without papers, some people under the table. And, the thing they loved about Kami's brother. So actually, let's go to casting. Who's in this show? So the main character, Kami, is played by Jeremy Allen White. He's from Shameless. You might know him. Ebon Moss plays the second main character, who was best friends with the brother, who's there to make sure everything is running. He's kind of the enforcer. And also Ayo Edibri, who plays Sydney Adumu, which is one of my favorite characters in the show. And also John Brathel plays the brother who committed suicide. And so the character John Brathel portrayed, like he was a stand-up guy, bucked everyone, Italian, Chicago, gangster, made sure even if the restaurant is failing, everyone got paid, everyone was secured, never did the taxes, which is what this brother has to continue, has to go through the taxes, he has to go through the papers, like the tax people, the feds are coming for their money, being like, y'all haven't paid taxes in years. Has to ensure everyone is paid, has to ensure everything is running smoothly. But the thing is, the kitchen doesn't respect Kami. So, because he's from the fine dining side. And so they're like, one of the plot of the show is that he has to gain the respect of these ordinary people. They don't care you went to culinary school. They don't give a fuck. They don't care how you cut, how you cut your onions and shit. They just care if the food is good and if you treat them with respect. Which goes to my favorite part of the show, racial diversity. They have black people. They have a Somali, East African, so Africans are all also represented, and they have Latino people. And also, someone else I actually missed to mention is Marty Matheson from Toronto. From Canada. Marty Matheson has a few restaurants in Toronto. He's also in the show, but he doesn't play a chef. He actually plays like a handyman, but not even a handyman. He's more of the family, and whenever they need anything, he just comes in. He has the connections, and he makes everyone, and he hooks it up. And so that's one of my favorite part of the shows is like racial diversity, because a lot of people in the kitchen are colored people. So that's covered in there. And actually, one of the subplots that I really love is that Sydney, one of my favorite characters, the black lady or the black young lady, she becomes the sous chef, and the chefs tells her to, implement the La Brigade, which is the French. Okay, so Sydney, like the chef tells her to implement the La Brigade, which is the French hierarchy system in the kitchen. If you watch Ratatouille, and that's when is a woman of color, she knows the issues this will bring, the classism, the hierarchy this will bring in the kitchen, and just because she'll be shouting orders to people, and she's the youngest in the kitchen, and that's just gonna be problematic. But still, that's the most efficient way to run the kitchen. That's one of the best part of the show that I love, because I love just being in the kitchen. Also, yes. What else do we talk about? Yes, so, and the other part, this show shows you how grimy the kitchen gets. Like, at one point, the kitchen is doing so bad, or the restaurant is doing so bad, that they have to start selling drugs just to pay everyone and keep the restaurant afloat. They need guns, because, this is Chicago. It gets crazy. You just know. And, I was entertained, and this might be the best show I've seen this year. Just in everything it covers, and it combines two of my favorite things, food and entertainment. And, and we were entertained. The budget seemed good. So, like, every scene, like, the food scenes were beautiful. The characters, there's another character played by Lionel Berry, who came from working, he used to make bread, but now he makes pastry. But then his ambition, he just tries too much, and cooking, because cooking isn't easy. And the people who think cooking is easy, like, they're very mistaken, especially in the kitchen where everything has to be streamlined. I don't know if you guys have watched Shokugeki, but that's another show that combines two of my favorite things, like cooking and entertainment. And it just shows you that in the kitchen, everyone has to be in the same page. Everyone has to be thinking in the same frequency. And every time, like, someone else just does their own thing, everything fails. Back from the beginning, close of the day, nothing works. And so, yeah, this is the first day of TV show. I hope you guys check the show out. I hope you guys enjoy it like we did. Yes, peace, and we out.